Hi everyone, my name is Lucy, and today we are going to be working on day 6 for dephemerember. It has to do with feathers and a bingo card. And as you can see, I had already done my feathers out of paper and I had embossed them with some embossing powder and also used some of the inks to create the colors that I have in the background. As you can see, they were like an orange color and a turquoise color. The names are, let me see, it is from Mementos inks, and I think the orange one is called Morocco, and the blue one that I used was Teal Seal, Sorcel, not sure if I spelled it right or if I said it right, but yeah, that's the color that I was using. Then I began working on the bingo card, and I just wanted to take out some of the numbers out and make them, emboss them as well, and just separate it from the bingo card and make it seem as though the elephant was playing bingo and putting the numbers down. Then I just wanted to put some double-sided tape in the background and cover the holes with some vellum paper so that we can see through the colorful background of the tag. I was planning on doing a tag, and I'm also going to be adding some splashes of the colors for the background and make it a little grungy so that it can show right through the little windows of the bingo card. So if you haven't been here before, this is Memory Keeper Journals, and thank you to all of you subscribers. I really appreciate you. And I also wanted to apologize because I have not yet put any more videos. I have to edit a lot of the videos that I have been recording. It's been a week now that my home has been sick, and when I start to flare, I can barely do much. But for today, I'm actually much better, thank God. So now I will be working on these videos and editing and sharing them with you guys. So now I'm going to try to accommodate everything in order, and so beginning to work with those numbers, and I try my best to emboss it. I don't have all of the materials that I need, so I improvise with different ways. Like first beginning started with water. It did get stuck a little bit, and I waited a little bit before I started using the heating tool, just because I didn't want it to just fly off the embossing powder. But then once I saw that practically none of it stayed on, I just went and used some of my collage medium, the matte glue that I have from Rangers. And I figured, let me put some of that on and then add a little bit more of the distress. And I had to hold it down with one of my tools just so that I can actually dry it with the heating tool. But it was very difficult to keep it down. I believe only one of the numbers came out pretty good, which I believe was number 53. Number 9 looks okay, but number 42, I mean, that one even stayed with some of that embossed pretty thick on it. It looks like if you had dried sugar on it. That's basically how it looks, and I'm not very satisfied with it. So I'm sure I'm gonna need some of that ink that you need to use for the embossing powder that I don't have. So that will probably be one of the things that I will be adding to my list of things that I need to purchase in the future. So you won't be here watching this very long. This is just a 20-minute video or less. I didn't want you to be sitting here watching every little detail, even though, as you can see, I apologize again. I don't realize that I can't keep myself in the frame of the video. And this is not the first time. I thought everything was fine when I look at through my phone, because I don't have a camera, I'm using my phone. And I see everything is right there, but for some reason when I'm working on it, I need it closer to me so it doesn't really show in the video, and I'm really sorry about that. But I think I realized it after a while, and I started pushing it forward a little bit more just so that you can see how it was turning out to be. So I hope that that helps at least. And I believe that now through YouTube, you can actually pinch on the picture or the video to make it bigger so that you can see. So once you see me getting a little bit closer, you can actually pinch on the video and you will be able to see a close-up of what it looked like or how it came out to be, like I mentioned before. So I have been watching Barbara and Luisa for a while now, mostly Barbara from 49 Dragonflies for a very long time now. And I love all of the things that she has shared in her channel, where it teaches us how to do grungy projects and try anything basically. And I just love it. She really motivates me to try different things that I've never done before. So that's basically what I'm trying to do. And not to be afraid of trying new things and thinking outside the box, because I literally haven't really tried any of this. Grungy things, it's kind of like weird for me. I mean, I like it grungy, but I like it when somebody else does it, because for some reason, when I try to do something someone else has done, grunging it or trying the technique that they've used, it doesn't really come out the same for me. It's just like I've said before in some of my videos, that when you take a Pinterest picture and you try to do what it's in the Pinterest, it doesn't really come out. It happens to me even like when you're cooking a meal and you get a recipe and you think it's going to come out just like the picture. No, not really, unless you're doing Home Chef. But seriously, it's just helped a lot for me to actually just dabble in different other items and things that I have never used before. It's for my journaling. You know, I'm very easy. I love writing in my journal. I like to decorate it, but I don't go using embossing powders and grunging the page or anything like that. I was doing it totally different. I would use my washi tapes. I would do it more like a boohoo style. When you use a bullet journal, I like using pictures and just decorating around it, and really pretty, you know. Very different from also Martina. Martina does the same thing, but she uses, I mean, she does the whole page. She fills up the whole page. For me, I think that's a little bit overwhelming, because I can't handle having too many things to look at, because I really can't do it that way, or I can't see it. Sometimes it works out, but not all the time. And mine is more different. It's less things in my page, you know, just decorating the edges and adding some stuff, and then, you know, things like that. I probably do some videos in the future on journaling with me, so that you can see more or less how I use my journal. So see here, you can see I had already done the page with some of the ink. And now I'm going to use a watercolor paper to create the tag, only because it's a really sturdy type of paper, and I love it. And it takes the color pretty well when you want to do a background with distressed ink. So I cut my tag to be 4 by 6 usually. I'm not sure if I did it by 6 this time or by 5. I probably did it by 6, just to fit enough into my page. I think you can see here, yeah, I think I did it by 6. And then I use my tool that I have is from Sizzix tag folder, and I just use the corners just to make it even on both sides. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to place the whole thing, but as you can see, this is what I use. I use a plastic wrap, just like she mentioned in her video, and I put my inks, I put my ink on the plastic, and then I wet it with some water, and then I just spread the ink all over the tag, and it comes out pretty nice. I don't mind doing that. I like the little messy look, and it's okay with that, but I just don't know how to grunge it up as good as they do. So here you will see that I do my best to grunge it up, adding some vintage photo afterwards, and some of the distress inks that I have, and spray it on just to see how it works. And the end result, it came out pretty good. I mean, I don't usually do that, so that was like a trial for me, trial and error kind of thing. I love these colors together. They actually look really good. So are you guys participating in this? Are any of you doing your videos, or at least taking pictures and posting them on Instagram? Just let me know in the comment below. I would love to go and see what you've done, and try and get some ideas with you guys. We can share inspiration with each other. That would be great. Sometimes I just sit here and I just think and put it in different ways, and I just can't figure out what I would like to do to make it look grungy, because I don't usually do it this way. But like I said, I do love it. I love the grungy look. I love to try different things. I'm able to follow what someone else had done, and do it more or less kind of like the person has done it. But I believe that in this community, what's best for you to do is to try and create something different, something unique, something that you would like to do. So that's what I try my best to do. I do use more or less their techniques of how they did it the first time, or how they use the products, and it's easier, and then that way I can just practice and see what I can come up with on my own. But it is challenging, sometimes it gets a little bit overwhelming, and then I'm looking at it like, nope, I can't do this doesn't work. And I just stop and start all over again. I sometimes just get rid of it and I don't even save it, which is bad. I can probably just save a couple of the pieces of the paper or whatever, and then use it next time. Maybe I get a different type of idea with it. But no, I sometimes I am a little bit hard on myself. I just kind of get rid of it and say, forget it, let's just start all over. It's not gonna work, so I'm learning with it, with the process and all. I'm very meticulous when it comes to my journals. I like to just sit there and actually feel what it is that I want to do in it, what it looks good, what I like, and so that takes time. But when you're doing something that someone else has done and you're trying to figure out how they did it, man, you definitely learning there for sure. But it is fun. It really is. So if you guys are doing it, I would love to see what you guys are doing, just to get some ideas. Or if you have done something different, yeah, I would love that. Also, I don't know if you noticed in the beginning of the video, I was trying to do the feather like with some of those stringy things that I had. It's like a I'm not sure what it's called, but it's like a what is it? Well, anyways, Barbara made one with a beautiful, soft and fluffy yarn kind of style thread. And so I had something similar that I had bought for like a Christmas journal that I was working on, and I tried my best to do that feather that way because I just thought that it was so adorable, and it did not come out right. So that's an example of what I mean by trying something that someone else has done and it doesn't really come out right. I mean, it does have a little bit look like a feather, but looking at it right now as I'm doing this voiceover, nope, it does not look like a feather. It really doesn't. So I am not able to use it. So now I'm placing all of these numbers onto the tag with my fabric tack glue. It actually works pretty well. And then I put my elephant like he's trying to put that number 53 up on the bingo card, and my leaves all around just to decorate. And I also used some of that cheesecloth that I had before, and I had distressed it with ink in one of the other projects that I had done, and I had some left over, so I figured why not use it here too and make it into the background where the elephant is and behind the bingo card. Then here I'm just gonna put a hole with this crocodile and just put an eyelet and pick a piece of fabric where I can just get a little snippet of it, in a thin snippet, just to make a tag. Just put it through the tag. I was trying to see if the leaf trim would look good on there, but it really didn't work out either. I didn't like the way it looked, so I didn't use it. I just didn't use it. Okay, so here I'm using vintage photo, or is it, no, I think this one is the walnut distress ink, and I put it all around the card, the tag, I mean. And here's the piece of thread that I had. Not thread, it's a piece of the fabric, but I didn't like the way it looks in the end, so I decided to get another piece from the fabric that I had. A little bit softer, I guess, because that was a little piece of the edge of it, and I didn't like it because it was thicker on one side, so I just wanted it to be even. So I went and I cut a little piece from this fabric and used the green part of it because it matched perfect with it. It has some of that blue or that brown in the background, so it worked out perfectly. Look how cute it came out. So now I just realized, well, the back, I didn't really do anything. Some of the ink went to the back, but I really didn't mind because you can still write on it. And I just like that it went to the back a little bit, some of the ink. So that came out pretty good. And then I decided that I needed something, some type of sentiment. I have a whole bunch of them in here from different digitals that I have. I cut them out and I just leave them in here, and whatever seems to work with the project, that's what I use. And this time around I just used the one that said mindset is everything, because man, you have to set your mind up just to be able to get it done and feel good with it. And at this point I was really happy with what I had already done. So you will see me putting this on, and that will be pretty much almost the end of the video. So if you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed the project, just let me know. Just hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you again next time. Thank you so much for watching.